Getting her wet is going to be one of the topics we cover in today's episode, which will cover 6 different methods. If you are in a relationship with someone who owns a vulva, then you certainly need to watch this movie because it was created exclusively for those in relationships with vulva owners. Because everything depends on your ability to know how to turn them on and how to get them to drip in the correct manner. Let's begin with the reason that the two of you really made your way to this location in the first place, shall we? Hello everyone. This is Z Taxi. A place where you are going to a master on your relationship. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. You don't miss any video. Let's get to today's topic now. Stay with me. Number 1. It is high time that you were familiar with the process of providing a relaxing massage to your mind. Since it is a given that our brain is our major sex organ, despite the fact that our owners and we require that mental stimulation in order to function properly. We have to be mentally excited and enthusiastic to the point that we have to be mentally turned on and aroused in order to massage her brain. Given that we have to be mentally excited and excited to the point that we have to be mentally turned on and aroused, you may be sitting there wondering how on earth you are actually expected to massage her brain. Even though you won't be massaging the brain at this step, which is a bummer since it sounds amazing, I like to think of it as buttering them up before planting the seed and then seeing it grow throughout the day. This helps me visualize what will happen. It's possible that all that's needed from you is to wrap your arms around their waist and tell them how much you're looking forward to seeing them later on this evening. This may be all that's required. When you arrive home from work, do you feel like ripping their garments off of them? If so, maybe a gentle touch on one of their erogenous zones is all that's needed. Maybe it's a naughty text message that you send them in the middle of the day, letting them know that you're thinking about indulging in some unsavory conduct with them in that way. Or maybe it's a picture of you and your partner doing something naughty together. That seed has been sown, and at this time, not only are they prepared, but they are also thinking about what will happen in the future. They are looking forward to the evening but are unsure what it will bring. Or what can you tell me about what's going to happen when I get home from work later on today? Or stimulus, if you really comprehend what I mean by saying that. It is necessary for the mind to get that desire going and build up that tension. The longer it is dragged out, the more drenched she will be. Number 2. Referring to the second phrase, is going to place a significant emphasis on engagement in physical contact. On the other hand, this does not indicate that one should instantly concentrate on the genital regions, such as the breasts, the vulva, or the anus. This entails working on the body from the outside inwards, starting with the skin and progressing onwards into the deeper layers of the body. After which we will move on to the genital area to talk about all of that. You could want to employ a light, sensual touch or even just a little bit of pressure to show them who's in command, but this will depend on the degree to which you already dominate the situation. This is how dynamic works, but in general, you shouldn't touch those more sensitive areas until the very end of the procedure. Before you move your hand to their vulva, you want them to be excitedly anticipating the sensation of your hand touching their vulva. You want people to be pulled to you, and you want that desire to drive them to want what you have to offer. Number 3. Making out is going to be involved in the possible choice. Kissing is a tried and true strategy that has been shown to be effective in a variety of contexts, including turning women on and getting vulva drivers thrilled. It's almost like a shortcut to getting to the most intense level of passion that there is to feel. A passionate kiss so intense that it brings you to your knees and leaves you breathless. You will feel a tingling feeling all the way through your stomach as a result of this. It is imperative that you acquire the skill of kissing as soon as possible if you have not already done so. Kissing is an important must. If you understand what I mean, the manner in which you kiss is going to be the key that unlocks the door for you to proceed to those other lips. If you haven't mastered it already, you should do so as soon as possible if you haven't already. Number 4 is one that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. To be more specific, throughout the process, the vulva is being subjected to a pressure that is consistent in both its firmness and its flatness. This indicates that you should just give them the information while you are on your way home from your thrilling date, or wherever else you may be. I don't want to say that it's a crotch grab because, well, it kind of is a crotch grab, but it's very close to being one. On the other hand, it is not like this. Rather, the pressure that is exerted on the vulva is more of a flat pressure. Because of this, each and every nerve in the body gets stimulated. When you apply that much force over such a large region, it is a clear sign that your labia are your clitoris as well as all of the other beautiful sensitive stuff. This sensation just seeps into everything, and it's almost as if it's always been there. In addition to this, being strong with them communicates to them that you want them to comply even if you are going out dancing somewhere else. If you give her your thigh to grind on, you should be aware that it will eventually drive her completely insane. She's going to lose her mind if you do that to her. In addition to all of that, it will drive you completely nuts. It's not too dissimilar to how men react when they see pretty much anything at all. The vast majority of men have a visual orientation, whereas the majority of women have mental and physical orientations. When it comes to a strong crotch grip, though, I'm going to tell you to simply shrug it off and get on with the crotch grasp with me. We enjoy being enthusiastic about a variety of things, but when it comes to a hard crotch grip, we just want to get on with it. Because of this, providing them with a firm, flat surface to grind on or for you to apply pressure and manipulate with your hand will, in all likelihood, cause those nerve endings to be stimulated, which will cause her to wet herself. And that is specifically what each of these actions is designed to accomplish. The fifth item on this list is arriving at a comfortable balance between the extremes of being teased and being ignored. Therefore, in order to achieve this goal, you will need to work with your breath to give her those hot sizes on the side of her neck. Kiss her as she makes her way down your body to the labia, and then tease her with the clitoris. Raise the level of sexual tension between the two of you. We want to be able to sense it vibrating between you. Take a step back, and then another, since crossing the T's is the most important part. Remember that engaging in sexual action includes a direct transfer of energy between the partners. That means that if I let you touch me, I'm giving you my energy, and if you touch me, you're giving me your energy. In other words, if we touch each other, we exchange our respective energies. We both want to feel that enormous ball of energy in the midst of us, and in order to do so, we want to be able to touch each other. Therefore, in order for you to achieve that objective, you will need to compete against her and make her hungry by engaging in a game of back and forth. Due to the fact that at this point, she may have already began clutching the sheets, despite the fact that you have not yet engaged in any really sexual behavior with her. This is despite the fact that you have not yet engaged in any truly sexual activity with her. Number 6. Will have the effect of stimulating all of the erotic zones, which is a fancy way of saying all of the areas that contain erectile tissue. As a result, the taint that creates G-spots can be detected on both sides of the vaginal opening, as well as on the clitoris itself. After you have been turned on, you will have access to all of these different areas. Alternately, when they become excited, the blood flow goes there, causing everything to inflate in a manner that is very comparable to the way in which a penis erects itself when it is stimulated. Because they are, in fact, the same thing, you can stimulate these zones either via your mouth or through your hands by swallowing moisture of various textures and applying varying amounts of pressure. Since they are the same thing, this means that you can stimulate these zones either through your mouth or through your hands. You are conscious of the fact that you are getting her excited in a fun way in order to get her ready for the amazing thing that you are going to take her to, and you hope that it will be the most memorable thing that she has ever done in her life. And that is precisely what each of these 6 phases is going to accomplish for you, because, by the time the process is complete, they will have been completely stimulated to the point where they will be dripping. They are in need of new undergarments, new bedding, and pretty much everything else as well. They may count on us to assist them with this muddle. You've certainly heard macaroni sounds before, but that's not what we mean when we talk about macaroni noises. Who's heard of macaroni nose? You have prior knowledge of the subject I'm going over now. Anyway, report back, then continue to the bedroom to work on your woman or your Volvo owner, get them all primed and wet, and let me know if these ideas helped you in any way. I'll be waiting. In the event that you have any other suggestions, do put them in the comments section down below. If you found that any of these suggestions were helpful, kindly let me know. If you liked this video, you might be interested in the videos that are listed below as well. If you are, make sure to subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up.